You know, I used to say when I was making a lot of speeches about human rights and about the nature of Canada that some of the best Canadians are those who chose to be Canadians. Those of us who were born here just got lucky. Gurcharan Bhatia came here and saw the value of this country and believed in it. Years ago, when it was unfashionable to do so, he championed multiculturalism when it was still, in the mouths of some people, a pejorative. He published the first and possibly only Canadian national multicultural magazine or newspaper, the Canadian Link. He's served the community in so many, many ways. When some of us were going across this country as members of the Citizens Forum on Canada's Future, aka the Spicer Commission, Mr. Bhatia brought together a team of people that organized events in this city that contributed greatly to that process. He is a former commissioner with the Canadian Human Rights Foundation, member of the Canadian Human Rights Commission as well, and in my view, a great citizen of this country in the best and every sense of that word. Please give a warm welcome to the chair of this conference, Gurcharan Bhatia.
Thank you, Phil, for this very complimentary introduction. I hope I can live up to the expectation of my friends even in the future. Today was a very sunny and bright day, which is a very unusual for this part of the year, other than when we get a touch of El Nino in Canada and North America. I thought that in addition to the weather, there is something else happening in this whole province of Alberta and city of Edmonton and Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I want to welcome all of you to the heart of Canada. Tonight, we are privileged to host Canada's largest ever gathering of the champions of human rights. Ours is the third international conference celebrating human values to be held in Edmonton this year. The Mahatma Gandhi International Peace Conference, the World Volunteer Conference, and finally, our celebration of the values, rights, and freedoms all humans share. That's why we are justly proud to call our city the true heart of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, in celebrating the 50th anniversary of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, we are celebrating the power of ideas, the power of common ideas and shared values to change the world for better. We can ask in every country where the Universal Declaration is violated and dishonored the fundamental question, why? Why should human beings shed blood to speak truth? Why should they suffer jail, torture, repression as they seek the fundamental right to live a life of dignity? Those who violate the rights of others offer many excuses. They say that full bellies come before free minds. They cite culture, tradition, a particular political system or set of beliefs. They even invoke God. But is there really a conflict between God and human rights? Between cultures and human rights? Between traditions and human rights? No, there is not. Without universal rights and human values, religion and culture become an expression of power, the mighty trampling on the weak. Without human rights, the invocation of tradition and faith leads to the dark alleys of conflict, violence, and sectarianism. We know from our own lives that the most inspiring members of the human family combine a deep faith with an ardent advocacy of human rights. We have been privileged to follow the example of Mahatma Gandhi, of Martin Luther King, and tonight we are graced by one who walks in their path. We are fortunate to be with someone who prayed for the success of our conference and understood that his presence was needed for the fulfillment of that prayer. At the time I saw him last February, he was trying to bring truth and reconciliation in a country emerging from a terrible past, his native South Africa. His task is done, and we are privileged to have him among us. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the world champion of compassion to the city of champions. He is an inspiration to the human family, a radiant presence against the darkness and cynicism of those who would oppress their brothers and sisters. By his example, by his life, by his commitments, by his ideals, by his actions, by his words, he has shown us the way to future of love, justice, trust, fellowship, and truth. It is my honor and privilege tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to give you the Archbishop Emeritus of Cape Town, our friend and brother, Desmond Tutu. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much indeed. Very, very dear friends. Good evening. Oh dear. Very dear friends, good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Bhatia, for your very kind words of welcome and introduction. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this prestigious gathering of so many, many wonderful people. It's a very, very great honor to come here and share with you on this auspicious occasion. Sometimes, you know, they say of some people, well, he does not need to be introduced, he is well known. Well, you know, last week Saturday, John Allen and I were going through the security checkpoint at Atlanta Airport, and one of the staff thought they recognized me, and they were gushing, oh, Archbishop Tutu. And one of her colleagues, slightly younger, had a a blank face. She says, do you know, this is Archbishop Tutu. Blank face. And they wanted to search my suitcase. And so this young security officer called somebody else who was going to have done this, and and she says, "You know who this is? This is Bishop Tutu. But he must have been well before my time." That does something for your humility. It is wonderful to be part of the golden anniversary celebrations of the signing of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. And I did want to say, Mary Robinson has gone away, but I did want to say that she's an outstanding person doing a thankless task elegantly, effectively, and with very considerable aplomb, the same kind of aplomb that she used when she was president of the Irish Republic. And I think, that she does deserve, even in absentia, another round of applause. And Mr. Chief Justice, on behalf of the very many people that you and your fellow judges have been helping in different parts of the world, thank you. And you too, wherever you are. Let's give you another. I know that we did acknowledge all those people who, when the people who sang your national anthem, the young people who won the competitions, and the young people who were dancing here. But it wouldn't be amiss just to give them another round of applause. Yes. And I know you will be doing this, but it might be nice, just in case they get jealous. The people who've organized this conference, let's give them a clap too, yes. Yes, they've been wonderful, and we haven't thanked you. We want to thank you too. Thank you.